today in the economic front, we had some good news. Most likely you have watched the news today. You know that the sky is not falling in the US. The recession now looks farther because there was growth in the last trimester, Martin, quarter. Well, I don't know what. Well, there was growth.
Before you go there, one of the last things is Laura was looking at Bloomberg and some of the news details. California just beat Germany. We are the fourth largest economy in the world. Yeah. So if you think California is going and falling because everybody's leaving the state, guess what? We just beat Germany and we are the fourth largest economy of the world.
Yes, but I wasn't talking about California itself. I was talking about the economic growth. Martin was out all day and he's going to say what he was doing. He was working hard to find deals for our clients. So, but first of all, let's start with our agenda. Number one, we're going to talk about market by the numbers. Number two, what is going on with the interest rates. Number three, what you can get for your money, and then opportunity knocks. So, the market is expected by this time of the year to start, the number of homes to start coming down. However, it's not happening, or is not happening everywhere. In Orange County, we noticed that kind of plateau, but last week increased by 14 homes, this week by 21 homes. And it's not that they are like more homes really coming on the market and not selling. We are like accumulating homes. So because it means that some homes are coming on the market and they are moving. They are selling right away. And Martin is going to give 3 tips that are very important and critical for the sellers in today's market. So their homes are accumulating on the market? Yes, they are. And what is that happening? It's about our second segment. What is happening with the interest rates? Of course, there are a lot of buyers who can no longer qualify. There are buyers who can qualify and they are sitting in the sidelines. However, we have seen more activity in last weekend's open house. So it means that there are buyers who are taking that rate increase, as everybody should, as a temporary. Is temporary now going up in 2023, or maybe down the road 2023, 2024 going down again. We'll see what happens. So inventory in Orange County, we're at 3,660 homes, what is great news for the buyers because you have more homes to look at. So the inventory slightly grew in certain areas or certain cities like Irvine. We are talking about a dozen homes. Tustin by 5 homes. Coro de Casa by 5 homes. Huntington Beach keeps increasing and its inventory. Maybe they are living in California. I don't know, because they keep increasing for the last few weeks. A little bit, another 5 homes in Laguna Niguel. These are the cities that we track. But other cities remain stable, basically with the same number, or 1 or 2 more. That's my parameter to add, because we're not talking about a larger increase in numbers to say, oh, wow, this is the increase. But Anaheim Hills, Fullerton, Laguna Hills, Newport Beach, Placentia, Orange, all remain stable. It means that they added homes on the market, but some may have gone to escrow because they still have the same number of homes that they had last week. Other cities having decreased the inventory, like the city of Anaheim, Lake Forest, Mission Viejo, North Tustin, Santa Ana, Yorba Linda. So my first analysis was like, okay, it seems that these cities that they have homes that they are pricier are not moving, or the prices that they are lower in price are moving, but we'll see a disparity. Cities like Yorba Linda, the inventory is coming down. So, or North Tustin, where they are not really very low price homes. For the county of Riverside, added 40 homes more on the market, much less than last week. Last week, they added 138 homes on the market. This week is 40. So it means that they added homes on the market, some went into escrow, and as of today, there are only 40 more compared to last week. Same thing with the county of Los Angeles, very big county. Last week, they added 112. This week, only 51. The one county that it keeps getting its inventory going down is San Bernardino. And I think that is a hint of affordability. San Bernardino is one of the more affordable counties. So homes are still selling. If that is your question, in general, that they think that the market is not moving, the market, nothing is happening. No, homes keep selling. And it sells, it does it regardless the market. Days on the market, I mentioned a few minutes ago that we noticed that accumulation. So the accumulation means days on the market. As more homes come on the market, the accumulation creates a longer stay on the market. For Los Angeles, and this is by Stephen Thomas, recent data, 99 days. For Orange County, it's only 87. But pay attention, Riverside, San Bernardino, over 110 days. And this is a general number, doesn't mean that is by segments. By segments is another story. Now let's talk shop about interest rates for a minute, and then Martin will talk. Interest rate finally, because we have been talking about the 7% interest rate for the last month, we told everyone. So this today was the first day that officially Freddie Mac, the survey, was at 7.08%. Officially, is the first time that that line hit up to the 7%. We have been talking that that was the direction. At this point, we don't know if the direction will keep going up. That's the intention of the Fed, to cool down the market. So it will keep going up. Well, lenders will have to see to chime in and to give us your thoughts. On the other side, so that was higher from last week. Interest rates for conventional loans today from other sources was below 7%. Jumbo loans in the 6.5%, and FHA-BA at 6%. So the sky is not falling. We still have a very critical point to say, and we always say real estate is local. Real estate is about not only our county, our surrounding counties here, would say, but we cannot compare what's going on in Florida, what is going on in Ohio, Montana, or you name it. It's totally different environment. As Martin said, this week California surpassed Germany. So that is good news for California, even for the complainers. California is doing good. Unemployment is very low, so people have money. And one thing about the news and the journal about the economic growth is that people still have money and they still spending. So the consumer index grew up a little bit, but grew up. Is that the right way? So Martin, do you want to add anything about that?
Interest rates are expected to increase if Powell has his way in the next meeting. So again, the affordability is based on the interest rate. Those interest rates are really creating some stagnation in our market. You see the days on the market increasing. The perception, I've been out there and talking with the more lenders, everybody's thought is that interest rates are going to come down. Remember, we got elections coming in 2 years. Yeah. So election year, most likely they're going to do something to correct those interest rates. Yeah. So they're going to do something. What it is, we don't know. In the interim, houses are still being built. People are still needing to move. There are opportunities to be found out there. And I'll go into those a little bit more in a bit, but let's keep on schedule. What else do you have?
Yes, well, as Martin said, rates are going to keep fluctuating in the next couple of years. They may go up, they may come down, but if you as a seller or as a buyer are ready to move up, to downsize, to buy your first home, why to wait? I was surprised last weekend with a gentleman came to my open house and he told me something that I said a minute ago. Rates are temporary. Last year I was on the market. I was beat out all the time. I was tired of getting beat out. My wife is not here today because she was so depressed that we couldn't buy a house. So now I feel better. I know that the rates are higher. I still qualify. So I know rates is temporary. This is temporary. This will get better. But now prices are much better. So today, I heard Stephen Thomas talking about the correction. Some people say the correction because we know that Powell is putting pressure on the housing market to correct. And we see the inflated prices at the beginning of the year here in Orange County, in LA, in Riverside, almost everywhere. You have all these multiple offers and prices going up. Well, that foam is going away. And most likely that foam is what is gonna go away, and we'll go back maybe to prices to 2021. The dreamers, and I was doing some analysis comparing for the dreamers that they were saying, oh, the prices will come down to 2019. And if you compare 2019 to 2020, 2021, prices were much, much lower. We're talking about 30-40% down the prices, depending on the area, depending on the community, depending on the community. So it could be like really a crash, something to happen. And the main issue that we have today is still on the table, and is more than interest rates. We don't have inventory. There is not enough homes on the market to become a serious buyer's market. Could we consider this a slightly buyer's market? I would say it's a slightly buyer's advantage at this point on the negotiation table. But sellers still have a power, because some sellers are what I mentioned, that they want to move up, they want to downsize, they want to relocate. So they are more willing to negotiate. But are they gonna come down to those prices, those dreamers? They dreamed before and they still have no home. So they lost opportunity after opportunity. If the market comes down as much as dreamers want, what is gonna happen? Investor will come back to the market very aggressively to buy homes. So, but Martin, why you don't give three tips to the buyers, to the sellers, and talk about the builders a little bit, and then we'll come back.
So one of the things is that the three tips that I could give the buyers are inventory is low. We don't have enough inventory, so make sure that you expand your market. So don't just stay in one single area, and everything's about the area. So there are certain areas that Laura mentioned, is that there are areas that we only have a few homes, and there's areas where we have more. So if you are specifically looking at an area that has a low turnover, definitely increase your spectrum, or basically your area that you're looking for. That is the first one. Secondly is be realistic with your offers, as Laura says. Some of the things where the dreamers are thinking that they're going to go back to 2,000 price points. I've heard someone mention that they may be going as low as 200,000. That is not realistic. So the thing about it is, if you're putting offers at 50% of asking or 30%, be a little bit more realistic. Number one is you have a seller on the other end who is also emotional, and they don't need to sell. Let me remind you, the sellers don't need to sell, especially if they have a 3.5 interest rate or lower sometimes. So they could wait it out. So it's not like they're rushed. It's not like they have to sell the home because they're facing foreclosure, short sale, or something like that. The thing about it is, right now, the stagnation that the Fed is creating is just slowing our market a little bit. So going back to, if you put an offer that is ridiculously low, you will offend the seller, and the seller will, it's all emotion. And the thing about it is, they may not look at your offer once you adjust your offer accordingly. So be realistic with your offer. And number three is, make sure that you have a good relationship with your lender. Make sure that your lender has given you the different options, FHA, conventional, and so on and so forth, whatever programs they have, even if the variables are there. So have your lender, or have a discussion with your lender, see what is out there, look at the different programs. Different lenders have different programs. We talk back to those first-time buyers. Bank of America was doing no zero down kind of a program. So there are other lenders that have other options. So learn about those. Finally, going to the seller side, again, sellers on this case, place your home at a reasonable price. Don't anticipate that you're going to get 200 or 300,000 above your asking price. So therefore, set the expectation correctly. If you price it correctly, you will get offers accordingly. And if you overprice it, buyers are not willing to go out there. And if you overprice it and they're going to negotiate and you're going to end up, you should have listed at the lower price to start off with, and you will get more. One of the things we've done on the system, we've done reverse prospecting, and we see houses that are overpriced and how many views that other agents see versus those that are adequately priced or just slightly below asking, and the number is exponentially different. There are more people looking for those rightly priced homes. And sellers, you have competition. So remember, just as I said to the buyers, expand your area. Buyers are doing that. The other component of is have your home ready. So the thing about it is, if you hope that people are going to come in, give you a price as is, and do rent back at no cost, those days are gone for now. Secondly is, make your house presentable. Make sure you do the right changes. Make sure that all the clutter is removed. If it needs a coat of paint, give it the coat of paint. You know, that on the weekend, just paint it the right way. And if you can't, hire a professional. Professionally done painting and presentation is key. And then the final component too is that interest rates are increasing. So sellers, as you put your house out there, is you want to price it just right, because as interest rates go up, the thing about it, it's causing that stagnation. So therefore, we may stay in the market a little bit longer, because if we had 100 buyers that are ready to bid on your home and qualified with the next rate increases, then it's going to drop to probably 80%. Who knows? It all depends. Right now, it's quite sensitive. The thing about it, and Laura said, the sky's not falling. And the reason is we have employment. We have a good economy. And the other component to it is sellers. Remember, you're also competing, depending on the part of town you're in, you're also competing with builders. I've been up in the northern LA area, Santa Clarita area. They're building, even on other parts of town. And you could go where there's land and there's space, they're building. If you go to the Inland Empire, they're building homes. I mean, there are certain parts of, if you look at Menifee, if you look at Banning, I mean, they're building brand new cities practically. They have hundreds and if not thousands of homes being built. And the thing about it is, if you live in those areas, buyers have option. Number two is that the builders, they have a bigger pocket than most of the homeowners that are selling their home. So therefore, they're giving more incentives. So sellers, you're competing with the builders. If you're in the Orange County area, the flight going south, the Mission Viejo has some pretty good homes. San Juan Capistrano, Irvine, and Irvine is a highly sought after location. So therefore, the builders are not as generous. But again, they want to keep on building. So they're going to weather this out. So if they have planned to sell 1,000 houses, you know what? They're going to lower their prices just so slightly to sell this first 100 and then keep on building, and then they're going to go up. So there might be some good options. I've been out, talking with different lenders and different options, different programs they have, and everybody's being creative. I've been out talking with different builders, and I've had clients that I've gone out and I've taken them to the builders. There are some good incentives. The prices may not be reducing, but there are incentives that they're giving them, whether it be $27,000 in credits to buy down the rate, to do upgrades, whatever it is, but they're giving some incentives. And the thing about it is, if you have cash, or you may even probably negotiate the price point a little bit. So there are certain things that are being done that wasn't available a few months ago. And again, I don't have the crystal ball, but based on what we're seeing, it's not going to be a repeat of the Great Recession. It's not going to be a repeat of 2000 when the market went down. It's not a repeat of 1992 when the price went down and stagnated for a long time. So even on the peace dividend in 1992 when the prices went down, it didn't reach bottom. In 2000, during the internet bubble issue, it wasn't that bad. The Great Recession in 2008 was the worst we had. We are not going to have a repeat of that. So a lot of the factors behind it, but those are the kind of the key things that I could give you. And the market is moving. We are busy. I've been out on the road most of the day today showing and talking with a couple of people. So I do have clients on my sphere that I'm working with. So it's not like I'm just sitting down and not doing anything because there's no business. There is. Laura.
Yes, and those were great tips, and something that you should mention about the sellers to negotiate. This is not the time like you scare away everybody on you, but remember, keep something in mind. When you hire an agent, it has to be, or a realtor to make it made more realtor friendly for our colleagues, because we are realtors more than agents. So when you hire a realtor, it has to be a professional realtor, experienced in different markets, that they know how to negotiate and navigate these type of markets. Why I'm saying that? Because there are agents who are not prepared to work in this market. And the main things I say, they don't interview their buyer's agents, they don't interview their buyer's lenders, and that's why it's so important, because you need to know, because I'm gonna say some offers are non-negotiable because the buyers cannot go up a little bit. They are asking for the sky, they are offering already a low offer, and there is no way up because they have a limit. And I even blame those agents too, because they are looking at a $1.2 million home when their budget is $1 million. You are $200,000 difference. So we shouldn't be, or they shouldn't be showing homes like they are out of reach. They have to be at the reach of the client, because then the buyers get frustrated, the agents get frustrated, and they get frustrated with you. And it's not our role as a listing agent, because the best thing we can do is to try to help everybody and put the transaction together. That's what we do. But it has to be reasonable. You bring me a client that they cannot afford more than X, Y, Z, and you are showing a property is $200,000 above. It's like, what are you doing? Why are you here to start with? You know, I'm wasting everybody's time, my client's time, my time, and everybody. So it's important to hire the right realtor. That is critical. And after that, negotiate. Not every negotiate will end up in a, how you call it, Martin, when everybody dance in a kumbaya?
Kumbaya moment.
In a kumbaya moment, but some will. So many years ago, during the Great Recession, where at that time, you think that 100 days on the market is a lot. In 2007, we were talking about 400 days on the market, 3 times more. Then we used to say, first offer, look at it, because maybe this is the first offer, maybe this is the only offer, maybe is the best offer, you know. So that is kind of back, depending on the price point where you are. So work at that. So what you can get for your money, let's move on. Today I look at homes at between 830 to 860 in Irvine, Laguna Hills, and Orange. There were 19 homes in that price range, and saying that keeping on that, 63% of those homes from the 19 homes already have a price reduction. So buyers, be alert. The price reductions are there, but some homes are priced well from the get-go. It's not gonna go down there, you know. They're already priced below even previous sales of the year. So it means that the sellers are motivated and ready to move. Take advantage of that. So in Tustin was the less affordable. For $850, I only found one home. The rest is split between Mission, Viejo, and Corona. $850, detached single family home, about 1,500 square feet, 2 bedrooms with a loft that maybe can be converted to a bedroom, but it's not a bedroom. So 2.5 bathrooms, 2-story, built in 1997 with $200 HOA. Inventory in Tustin because it's a small city, has been low basically. I think the highest maybe got to 70 during the year. Now we're at 55 today. So that's the less affordable. Then we move to Mission Viejo. For $849, you get an attached single family residence with 2-car garage, about 2,000 square feet, 2 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms. And I think this is a 3 bedrooms, because I think I didn't type that. Built in 1996 with a very high association, that is 410. So the more affordable home, it is in the city of Corona. Detached single family home with 2-car garage, 3,500 square feet, 4 bedroom, 4 bathroom, built in 2003, so relatively new, with an association of 169. As you can see, depending on the price range, you see that there are not so many options in every city or every price range. So take advantage of that, and especially you keep looking and looking and you don't see the home. When that home comes in front of you, jump on it. You can still qualify for that home. So is there anything else that you want to add, Martin, about that?
No, pretty much you covered everything.
Okay.
It's set the right expectation, both buyer and seller. Have the right conversation with your realtor. And as we are transitioning, and we always need to be on our toes. As a listing agent, I could tell you if something doesn't work, I need to change it quickly. And I need to, don't just put a sign in front of the yard and expect people to come. You have to know how to market, how to transition. That is on the marketing of the home. And secondly is negotiating. There are creative ways that we can make things happen. And third, most importantly, is definitely the way that you can negotiate with your buyer, your seller, your lender. There are other programs, and I'm not offering anything that the lender doesn't already do. But the thing about it is, some programs that are available from your lenders, learn about them, reach out to your lender and get more information. And number two, a good seasoned agent will know what some of the lenders are offering, and they can probably match. So it's not about changing lenders. It's about learning what your lender can do. Same thing with your realtor. It's not about changing. See what your agent can do for you, and how they can adjust to the changing market. And those that most importantly about it is, don't go with the part-time people that are doing their 9-to-5 job and only doing real estate for a few hours on the weekends or something like that, because this is a full-time job. We are transitioning, and we're constantly seeing the changes. So we need to know what's happening on our market. We need to know what's happening in our community. Believe it or not, in my community itself, there is a new listing that just listed, record high price. Are they going to get it? This community is getting those price points. They're still setting records on those price points, but it doesn't apply to every community. I'm just fortunate that the community is still attracting those buyers, but not every community is that. So we need to know all of that, and someone that is a full-time knows what's happening in Mission Viejo, knows what's happening in Westminster, knows what's happening in Yorba Linda, knows what's happening in Corona. Even though we don't work every minute in that location, we know. We specialize in a certain area, and we know what's happening. Hence, if something happened, a new house just came in, hey, they're painting it, they're doing this, we know what's going to happen, that they're putting it on the market. If they called me, great. If they didn't, but at least I know my inventory. I knew what's going on. Those part-time agents, they don't. All they do is they'll send something via electronic signature and think that solved the issue. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But again, if knowledge is power, so know your real estate, know your finances, and then know how to negotiate. That's all I could tell you.
Very good, Martin. Very good, very good. Now let's go to opportunity knocks. We currently have 5 homes on the market. This one just came on the market this week. It's in La Habra, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Ideal single-story home at the price of $675. I'm gonna go by price point. In Irvine, just listed this week, 2,400 square feet home, a 3-bedroom, possibly a 4th bedroom that currently is an office den, with only for only $759. We had so much traction on this house. So hopefully it gets to a good place by Monday. That's what we want. Then we have a great opportunity in our team in Oak Ridge, a tri-level, 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, 1,400 square feet at just $850,000. This house was in escrow, and unfortunately the buyer was caught in the middle of the changes in the interest rate and they couldn't qualify, so it's back on the market. This home is priced $100,000 below same model match, sold in April for $950. So this is a great opportunity for someone smart enough to jump. Prices in Irvine are not crashing. I was reviewing numbers before this today to look for the difference between the beginning of the year when the market was like in the foam status where everything was selling, and today, and it was hardly very hard to find any indications that the market is coming down. What we notice that people who try to get $100,000 more than April or May or January or February, they may not be getting it. And we see those price reductions because the expectations were too high. So then moving to Inland Empire, again, we have 2 wonderful homes available, especially for people moving from Orange County, moving from LA. You have amazing square footage for much less. This is really more money for more square footage for your buck. Former model home, single story, 3,200 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms for just $1 million. And lastly, gorgeous pool home with approximately 3,900 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 2 bonus rooms, 3.5 bathrooms, pool for $1,099,000. We're gonna have a special open house in Nisville tomorrow. It's gonna be the grand opening between 3 and 6. Open house Saturday and Sunday as well. And we also having open houses Saturday and Sunday in these 2 homes in Riverside. More to come about open houses in La Habra. But if you know someone who is looking for a first-time home, or a first-time buyer or investor looking in La Habra, the buy to rent, this is not a home to buy to flip, because we already passed that. The house was updated in 2017. It still needs some work, but it's one of the most affordable homes, I would say, in the whole Orange County, because it's a single family residence. So Martin, do you want to show me for the last word? And
all I could say is if you're ready and you're looking, there are opportunities out there. We would love to hear from you. If you have any questions or want any idea, I mean, the best thing is reach your local realtor. If you want to reach out to us, please feel free. And we specialize in Southern Cal, so we could give you that advice. So if you definitely want to hear from us and want to have any questions, send them our way and we'll try to help as much as we can.
Yes, and every Thursday you can find us here at 5 p.m. to discuss the state of the housing market. Thank you so much for joining. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone.
Everyone have a happy Halloween and a great weekend.